This is David Stevens with Finwell Builders. Today is Sunday, August 14th, 2022, in the stock market prep for Monday. Also, a little bit of a review on Friday, but this is definitely what you're going to pay attention to. Last week was a critical week. We actually got into the levels of being back into a bull market, which means that was a very short-lived bear market. Could we go back into it? Very likely if we lose levels, but right now, the majority of companies are all over their 50 moving average. 40% of them are close to getting over the 200-day moving average. So all the momentum is definitely going the bullish route. Also, if you look at what's going on as far as right now with the volumes been pretty low. But guess what? In the pandemic, the volumes were low, and look, we went to all-time highs, just record highs, just blew out everything. So are we seeing that same thing happen again? Possibly. So let's take a look at what's going on. So definitely join us. Let's get through this and see what's going on and get ready for Monday. All right. So if you've not subscribed, definitely subscribe to FinWealth Live on YouTube and like our videos so we can continue to bring this content to you and to others, and share this with your family and friends because it's important to get this word out, especially right now. Because if there are people that are excited about the portfolio, especially the long term, seeing some money come back in finally, they just need to make sure that they are careful about locking profits in along the way, that at least they're prepared if we were to turn back down. That would take, a pretty big event at this point because everything's been positive news on the inflation, positive news on jobs, positive news on everything. So, as long as that continues to stay, then it's great. If something pops up, you just have to be prepared that things could come back. And also, we've just gone parabolic. So we've made a move up. We are going to have to pull back a little bit here and put a higher low end here at some point. So, looking into Monday, I think we're expecting that, and I'll show you why. So looking at our website here, finwealthlive.com, you can join our free Discord here where we publish our numbers out before the market opens. We also have some other services out there, including some free training out there to take advantage of. But definitely love to have you join our community. So just definitely go out FinWealth Live out there. Also, we have some coaching sessions. One of the things that we are trying to do now is go out and find people who have just not traded or had training and just feel like they're just not making it because a couple of our new students here, they said we've had training before and walked them through how we do it, and just a couple of sessions of coaching, and they're on their way, so they're doing great. So we'd like to see the rest of the community out there doing that, especially these retail traders who are out there working hard trying to make some money. All right, let's look at the markets. So on Friday, Dow Jones closed up 1.27%, NASDAQ up 2.09%, and S&P 500 up 1.73%. We've almost gained almost 2/3 of anything that we came down on. Just really rocking up here. If we had another week like last week, we'd almost recover the entire amount that we went down. So just crazy out there. Tech stocks, everything across the board looking really good. We still have a little bit of earnings coming out here, so we'll probably see some red here blended in. But overall, the market just keeps on climbing and even climbing on low volume. You can see here on these charts here, the Dow Jones just gradually just grind right up to the top. NASDAQ, S&P 500. And we've had a lot of small caps, and usually that's a good sign too when you see all these small caps we've had in the last couple of weeks. When small caps pick up, that means money's flowing in across the board. So that's always a good sign. Now, I didn't trade anything here last week on here. VEEE was really great, very parabolic. I did not trade that one. I saw it, caught it late. I was trading some other stocks, so I really just did not turn my focus onto that. But definitely something to possibly watch this week. Looking at the S&P 500 here, this is the live right now over the weekend. And you see right now, we're at the top still. We're elevated right at the top here, 4274, heading towards that 4300, which we talked about last week. So we talked about these candles all here at the top. So, that's kind of the goal we're kind of working towards. So question is, do we get there? Do we cut it short? Do we get up there maybe, Monday, and then we pull back and kind of retest and kind of become a channel here? Because you can see here, we had a consolidation back here in February, back in March. We had consolidation here in April and May, and we're back here again, right above this this support line now here. So it could be that we could chop in here for a little bit before moving higher. It could also be that we pull back here a little bit as well to put in maybe a lower high here so that we can just kind of keep this momentum going. So definitely going to be watching this week to see if we're kind of in a chop formation in this little range, and that's okay. We trade ranges. That's not bad, especially with these kind of moves where you got at least $5 or $7 a day. That's an easy trade. So Rivian, this was on our radar here for last week just because we had some elevated moves here. You can see here kind of just flattened out now. It's pulled back here. I'm going to take this off my list at least right now. And we'll pull back on if something changes. But the trade desk is still on my list here after earnings, man. This just parabolic rocket. I thought for sure we are going to have some type of retracement back, maybe 50%, maybe back down to $64. Still could happen. But for right now, it's just kind of, you can see here this little range here, 71 to 75, which $4 range, you can still trade that up and down here. You see that's kind of where we're at here. This was actually though before we failed and pulled back. Question now is, with this parabolic market, are we just going to kind of continue to rock it up here? But we were just like, look at where we're at back here in July, end of July, we're at $41, and we've almost up 100% almost on trade desk. Crazy. That's a crazy move. That's a recovery back here from April. So that's a pretty good move from this fall. That's what I'm telling you. Things are just stocks just moving parabolic. So hopefully your long-term portfolios are loving it right now on this recovery. So coin, we've been watching this one just because it's been kind of got this little cup here forming, and it could create a little handle here as well, and then just kind of take off here. So that's what I'm kind of watching for. You're getting to kind of this pullback now, which could create the little handle part, possibly. So looking for some support, and shorting opportunity down here, possibly to this 88.50 area. We'll see. It could get support here as well, right where it kind of broke out. So kind of watching it, see if it comes back, retest this area. If it does, then looking to see if this will give us a continuation play to the upside. Tesla, this is on a 1 hour. I was kind of watching the 1 hour just so I can see more detail what's going on with Tesla. Because Tesla just, making just a huge move up here. We came from 855, we're up to 900 as we closed out, the week here from the lows on Friday. So just a nice huge move, and so looking to see if we get a continuation play up to 909. If we break through this 9010 area, looking for a play back up to 922 and then back up to 940, which we were at. You see we kind of double topped it here. Looking for a continuation play back up to retest that area again. It could be that we get resistance here around 915 though, so that's what I'm kind of watching. Just being careful, make sure we lock in some some profits along the way. But definitely watching this area. It's also possible that this could have resistance here, kind of like they did here. This could be closer to a triple top and then come back down and retest this low again down here to 855. So just looking for movement on Monday. Do we stay above 900 and break up, or are we going to break down below 900 and move back down? So I'm just looking for the direction on the market where it wants to go first. Looking at Microsoft, just huge moves on Microsoft too, just killer. This is just amazing for a Microsoft move too. This is huge. So it's continued to climb up here. It got above our next resistance here at this 291 area. Looking for a run to 295, a breakout of 296, and continue to run up here. So we'll see if we can continue. Now, the only thing that's I'm concerned about with Microsoft, the same as I am across the market, really, as a whole. See this big, huge area? We have a huge group of these candles right down here, right where we're at. And that's why I was surprised when we broke and closed Friday on a high. Made me wonder if we just have enough parabolic moves in the market right now that it's just going to not care and just blow through it. But on low volume, that makes me a little nervous that we could get a huge pullback too. Because usually on low volume, you can see big pullbacks. That's what I'm saying. Just be careful on locking in profits and make sure you have your stops in a good place, just in case this market does decide to turn back here. But for right now, it's just been blowing through everything, but it does have some gaps below. It's got to fill. There's several stocks actually have gaps right now, just because of this parabolic move we have. We look at Amazon, huge gap here. This gap goes, from 122 clear up to 134. We did this before. See, gapped over this, similar area, just gapped down. Now we've gapped back over it. So at some point, this has got to go in and fill in. It's just crazy to see stock, do this, but there's no specific reasons why it can't. But we can see here we consolidated down here, we consolidated up here. We kind of set here for a week now. So if we can break, above this 145 area, we got a huge run up to 158. If we break down past here, we could go back and retest this area again. We're really looking for, maybe the market just like make a big move also and just kind of back and fill some of these gaps because there's just so many of them right now. Apple again, parabolic. Look at this move, 129, clear up to 172. Just an amazing move off this double bottom. So just you can't be more pleased than what Apple's done. So the question is, does it go back up here towards this 179, and then pull back? It does. Our upper deviation band's at 177.57. So, and we kind of blew through this line here. So, I expect a pullback at some point, but, we haven't had any really yet to speak of for Apple. But so just expect that, if we do get a pullback with these parabolic moves, it could be a big pullback, which is going to freak everybody up and they're going to think, okay, we're going back into a bear market. And that's not necessarily the case. So just be careful out there. Chipotle, talked about this too. Guess what? We did hit up here in this line right here, just above the 645, and we pulled back and we're consolidating. Went back up again. So now we're consolidating this little channel, and I'm going to move this down here because it was at the top of that candle. I'm just going to pull these down here because really I think what could happen now is we might just chop here, but we've got to break above 1686 to start going up north again, or break back down here to start retracing some of this, which we've not done. But we're at least pulling back here and creating maybe a level of support here. NVIDIA, nice little run up and a pullback and a nice run up to retest again. We're going to see if we get continuation play at least back up to 192 and break through up to 196. If not, this could become a tight channel as well. You see that we had a grouping here back here in May. We have a grouping back in June, grouping here in August. And so very well, we could just kind of chop here, maybe put a double top in here. So just watching that. Definitely go out and watch our video. That'll tell you a little bit more about us, what we do, and check our website out at finwealthlive.com as well. Looking at U.S. oil, you can see that we've been on this downward trend, tried to break out, failed, came back up, tried to break out, pulling back here, maybe find support and break up from here. We'll see. But U.S. oil coming back here to check back in on this trend line and hopefully resume on this double bottom that we have. Dollar, just consolidating this channel here. You see this candle just kind of engulfed this whole area. That's kind of where we're at. We have this candle that's kind of matching this one. So this engulfing candle, something's got to close and break out below or above this. So just looking for a move above, this 106.50 area or below 105 to get some momentum. Otherwise, you just got this little up and down here, this little range that you can trade. Gold, you can see gold's now come back up to this resistance here, this huge breakdown candle. We've almost retraced the whole thing pretty much right there. We've been sitting here for almost a week, just consolidating, trying to build a bull flag, hopefully to break through. But that is probably a big resistance here. You can see 1, 2, 3 big areas of resistance. So if we break through that, that's going to be positive momentum. Really should start to climb. If not, it could fall back and pull back and retest, maybe some of these lows again. So looking for a move on gold. The VIX on a daily continues to be on this downward slope move here. So as long as we continue now, you can see last time we were here, we sat there for a little bit over a week and then ran back up again, which would have pulled the market down. And then we dipped and then we ran from there. So we'll see. You have these little groupings down here back in December and November, January, March, and we're here again. So 3 days in, we'll see how long can hold. But this just expect we could get some type of pullback right now at any point. So the VIX on a weekly, again, back down here, 1845 is where I expected, probably a bounce or at least, support. And we're kind of right close there right now. So that's why I'm just kind of be cautious here this week. SPY, S&P 500, this is on a 15-minute chart. Just see kind of this move on Friday, just this parabolic move. So you kind of see how we kind of consolidated. We had this little pullback to this area here to retest. And that's kind of where we, gapped up and this ran on Friday. So just some strong moves there. On a daily basis, you can see this tight channel that we've just been climbing up. So you can see that it's very bullish. You can see back here, we have this low resistance area here back in March, in February. That's kind of where we're at right now. So that's where the question is. Oh, and also right through here in April. So that's the question is, do we consolidate here kind of like we did before, or do we just, not care about it and parabolic could move up? So, everything's showing that we're kind of elevated right now, but that doesn't mean it can't just stay up there or just continue to go up as well, just based on what we're seeing. It's just moving like it reminds me of the pandemic time frame. On a weekly basis, look at this nice, just strong weekly move. Boom, 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 all the way up here. This is a little bit of a resistance area, so we got to break, through this 427, then 430, 436, 444, and then we'll just kind of continue to go from there. But working our way there. Triple Q's again closing. Like a lot of these stocks, that's the thing is they just made huge moves this week, and then they closed just above resistance areas, which gives them the open to either do a fake out here, and this is a bull trap, and it's going to trap everybody in. Everybody's thinking, okay, we're going parabolic, and then boom, it just dumps it. It comes back down and retraces. And if it does that, I'd expect this 313 or 314 area to be support. But yeah, that was interesting close on Friday. So just know that we could just keep on climbing. See this consolidation area here. So this is kind of our next zone here. If we stay in here for a couple of days, we just become range bound. But again, just huge moves. Semiconductors, so SMH, kind of in this consolidation area. So, got to break out above this, 245 area. And see here, 249. This is kind of a consolidation a lot. So it might take a little bit to break through this. We may be in this for a little bit. IWM, just a strong move for Russell 2000. But you can see here where we're at. Big consolidation areas. It's exactly where we're at. So obviously it could happen again unless we break out above this 200 level. Financials, nice, huge move. Just look at this, just beautiful. I mean, this is a beautiful, pattern here to up to where our highs were, 35.56. That's kind of right where we're at. So looking for, breakout to the upside towards 38, or do we pull back here and retrace back down maybe to 34, that area? So energy sector, pull up here, it has some resistance, pull back to the next day. A little bit higher, and we closed higher. So again, market's either ready to rock or this is a big, huge bull trap. So just keep an eye on it. But you can see here, this has been a consolidation area. So I could expect it, that we could consolidate this week. But this is options expiration, quantum witching too. So we have monthly expirations, daily expirations, weekly expirations, all this week. So definitely could see a lot of volatility. Looking at Bitcoin, still trying to get through that resistance area, just struggling. I thought maybe this weekend we'd bust through it, but we have not. So definitely is a big, strong area of resistance around that 25,000. Ethereum busted through, but you see how this little range here that we were in for, a few weeks, we're in that area right now. So, not sure if we'll bust through this 1968 area, but if we do, we'll get into this next range. You can see this was a very tight range as well. So Ethereum just kind of slowly working its way up. So that's our stocks, our cryptos, and what you kind of need to know, hopefully, to get into your Monday and to get your trades on. So just be careful this week. We have options expiration week. You can see that the market's very bullish on one side and bearish on the other. But right now, at least for Monday, the call put ratio is on the short side. So just be careful out there. And definitely trade what the market gives you. Don't guess. Just trade what the market gives you. Watch our numbers. If they can help you, then great. But again, just make sure you're trading your own trades. But we would love to have you join us and learn with us and trade with us and make some money together. So everybody have a great night. We'll talk tomorrow night. See how your trades went for the day. See what we got to do to get ready for the next day for Turnaround Tuesday. And hopefully have a great week. Everybody have a great rest of the weekend. We'll talk to you later.